So my videos and my responses have pretty much been like the basis of all the Clipper pages, the response pages of like what happened with Wes, right? With Wes Watson. Because I've made testimonials for him. He did greatly help my business. I'll never take that part from him. But all my social medias have been like talking about men in society becoming weak. And I use my Facebook to fight against women abuse, like people that put their hands on women and stuff like that. And that's why I made that video. It wasn't to try to save face for myself. So I'm just going to give like a long-winded version of everything that went down. I haven't associated with Wes, like talked to him personally in like a year. But people still attach my name to him because I was a testimonial. And I still make like alpha content because I was in the Marine Corps. I mainly don't really even make that kind of content anymore because I'm based, like I post a lot of God content. And I don't really want to cuss as much. And I want to be able to put my kids back into my social medias. But when you got a lot of like troll pages making videos about you, it's hard to post your kids because then your kids get brought into it and stuff like that. But I never personally saw anything crazy. Like the reason I wanted to move away from that whole circle was a lot of the frauds in there, a lot of fakes, a lot of leeches. I saw you guys like those pages were talking about how people held that person to her against her will and stood in front of the door. There's just a lot of those people that will, this is in any industry with anyone that has money, right? They'll just do whatever that person says. But when I drew myself away, like, and I stopped really associating with Wes, I did try to give him his flowers when he got engaged, thinking maybe something was different, but it obviously didn't. It went a whole different way. So when I pretty much like stopped associating with them, and Clinton knew this, a couple other people knew this, but I never wanted to bash because I'm big in the 48 laws of power. I believe never biting the hand that feeds you, never outshine the master. And he did help me with my business. I can't take that part away from him. Like I'm not gonna say he scammed me because he didn't. And I never got any money from making videos saying that he helped me. It was just me showing him support because he did help my business, right? And but when you put your hands on a woman, especially to that degree, there's zero chance that you're getting any support from me ever again. And I'll never, like, even if he gets out of trouble and he's like, you're never getting no type of nothing from me again. Honestly, this will be the last video I'll ever make on Wes Watson or any of that circle. I don't even really like response videos because it brings in a lot of negativity. And I don't even want my page being like that. But like when I stopped associating, it's been like a year. Pretty much, it was like a year and a half. I don't know. It's been a while. And we were talking. I was going down to Miami to do a podcast with Clinton. And Clinton will forever be my homie. He was a Marine also, and he just has great attributes. And he left that circle around the same time that I decided to stop focusing, like talking to them. And he's actually the one that helped me start marketing my business and create my marketing agency where I help coaches. Because he was like, just don't worry about what anyone else says. Don't worry about if another mentor is mad at you. Like, you need to do what you want to do with your life and something that makes sense to you. Like, you were in the corporate world, you love sales. Like, that's what you should do. So I had this podcast with Clinton, right? And then I don't remember if I hit Wes up or if he hit me up to start the conversation. But pretty much he's like, hey, but there's this mastermind, you should pop out. I'm like, yeah, man, I can't go for the full thing. Like, I'm coming in Friday night. I'm having the podcast with Clinton Saturday morning. Then I'm flying right back out Sunday because my dad's having brain surgery. My father has passed away since all of this. My dad died of cancer like 8 months ago. But pretty much I said I would stop out of the gym, say what's up. And then he was just like, yeah, you can't, like, fuck that. This is my city. Like, everyone's trying to ride off my coattails, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm not doing that, and I don't have time to do that, to go to the full mastermind. But I don't need to ride coattails off of anyone, pretty much. Like, that was pretty much the end of the conversation. And then he would still randomly hit me up here and there when I'd put somebody on my story he didn't fuck with, and like, hey, I don't like that dude, he did this. But like, I don't have 1 million followers, bro, and these people never did anything wrong to me. And every bridge you have ever had is burnt somehow. So obviously, at that point, it becomes an issue that you're creating. Like, every relationship you get into is toxic. And then every friendship you have, it dwindles to nothing. So You can do the math there. And I never would have spoken on any of this. I would have just let bygones be bygones. But I no longer want... I was willing to take the trolling and the people talking about me because he did build my business if he didn't really do anything crazy, right? But once you put your hands on females, I'm absolutely against that. And like, there's hard proof. There's no just hearsay. It could be like some rumors. It could be this. Like, this is legitimate on paperwork. And it's just something I've always preached again. You can go check my Facebook. I've been talking about tagging dudes that put their hands on women on my Facebook for years and calling men out. And I have the whole community where I live sends me things that dudes have done to them. And then me and my other buddy was pulling up on them and stuff. And there's like people that wrote fake statements on me saying that I took it to an extreme and pulled out a pistol and crazy stuff. And I can always post that if you guys want. But I started like pretty much putting that on my Instagram also, calling out men that do that kind of stuff. And just so happens, like, I started posting about God a few days before this, like talking about God every day, reading my Bible on my page and calling out women beaters and stuff like that, and calling out like just crazy stuff. And I had just did a collab with Goob on a domestic violence where I donated to it, and then we helped with the Amazon fundraiser, and he just helped move her. And then this happened like days later. Like, so my platform had already been this, because there's people like, oh, he's just riding the coattail. Why didn't he say it before? Because he didn't do those things. Like, when I had first signed up with him, he was living in Cali. He was sober. He had the right mindset. He was like, that's what you should be doing, right? And he moved to Miami, and it just completely went the opposite way, and he ruined his own life. He let the trolls troll him back to prison, bro. It's just like another Little Dirk situation. Like, all the slide for Vaughn, slide for Vaughn, slide for Vaughn, slide for Vaughn. And then he answered the question on the internet like, oh, I don't hear those questions anymore. It's pretty much saying he slid for Vaughn. And that's just... they got trolled back to prison, back to their old lifestyles. And it's sad to see, to be honest. Like, it's sad that somebody was at the top of the food chain that got trolled back to prison. It's wild. Like, because it all started when he invited that dude to the gym and the guy really came, right? But, like, those were just trolls, like, saying he couldn't fight, saying he wasn't alpha, and he just kept responding. And people take the internet serious, like, a lot. Like, there have been people that have messaged me, like, you made this video about me. Like, bro, I didn't even know you existed. Like, I don't even know... like, you existed. I don't even know who you were, but they personally thought I was making the video about them, right? And there's people like that they feel that same way. And that guy had felt strong enough to, like, show up to the gym to show Wes that he wasn't tough, right? But that guy has a part in it too. Like, you should have never shown up to a gym to fight a bunch of people. Like, even if you don't think they're going to jump you, like, you showed up by yourself to put a camera down to fight someone for what? Like, he overreacted. Wes shouldn't have never told him to come there. The dude should have just never came there either. Like, both people can be wrong, right? And, like, as I walk through my faith and I find a lot of my own faults and how I reacted to people that hated on me and stuff, is like, 2 lives were ruined that day. Like, that guy's face was, like, really mangled, and then Wes, that was, like, his start of his downfall. And, like, people are going to not like you, and people are going to troll you. You cannot let it ruin you. Like, that's 2 situations, the Dirk situation and the Wes Watson situation, that, like, off the top of my head I can think of. The internet will never lose. Like, you can't outbeat hundreds of people. You just come and tell your truth, and if you find the people that like you, and you just ignore the people that you don't. And it took me forever to realize that. But I just wanted to come and just, like, make this a full-length video, because I was pretty much the center of every single's reaction videos. Like, every single Clipper page, reaction page, was me or Clinton's video about denouncing, like, what Wes did and not sticking up for him. And it's crazy that there are people still sticking up for that dude. There's people in my inbox like, you would never say that to him in person. You would never do this. You would... like, bro, how are you sticking up for someone that slammed a lady's head on the table unconscious, bro, and then try to glue her injury back? But this is just my final, like, goodbye to all that I haven't been really doing the alphas like style content anyway. So I own a marketing agency where I'll help people make more money online. So if you have an online brand, I help you. Mainly coaches. I provide the setters. I provide the systems. I actually make people money online. It's not just like, hey, post this, do this. I build the SOPs. I create the the KPIs. I create the systems. I help you with your sales. I help you with your scripts. I help you with your pricing. I help you with your payment processors. I help you with everything. Really create the business. So it's crazy, man. Wes Watson literally got trolled back to prison, and that used to be an acquaintance, a friend at one time to me. But once you put your hands on females, you're dead to me. Rumors are different than actual, like you did it, and there's no, like maybe that female wanted money. Like, you know how like people say, well, maybe she wanted money off a celebrity. They tried to glue her injury back and tell her she couldn't leave the house until the injuries got better. Like, just think about that for a second. And then it's crazy. There's females that were his client or friend that are sticking up for them. Like, well, we all know toxic females. How is every relationship you get into toxic, bro? But that's just neither here nor there. Like, that's just my response, man. You guys can either support me or not. But I'm moving forward with my marketing agency. I built a lot of great friendships over the last couple weeks. I've been doing a lot of good things with domestic violence, doing a lot of good things with helping veterans out, and I'm going to continue to fight the good fight. If you want to call me a clout chaser, that's on you. But moving forward, I will be mainly blocking most negative people because there's too much gloom and doom out here, and I will preach God, and I will preach winning. I will preach tracing your dreams, leaving your 9 to 5, and loving your life, y'all. So drop me a subscription if you want to. Follow me on Instagram. Faith over fear. And as always, God is good, y'all.